everyone. Welcome back, welcome back. So I'm just going to hop right into this, and I have a kind of a quick live stream for you today, something to get you thinking. So for those of you who are just joining us, and welcome, I've had a bunch of new likes and the last couple of days, which has been really fun. I am doing a whole series over the next couple of weeks to the end of May, helping to inspire you to step into your extraordinary life. So I've been going through the bits and pieces of my flagship program, 5 Steps Plus One for Living Your Extraordinary Life. We are currently investigating the Plus One, which is on feeling good. And I talked a lot about it yesterday. I did a podcast and a live stream around that one yesterday. So if you want, you can scroll down, or you can actually just check the pinned post on my page. I've got all of the live streams I'll be doing will be pinned there as we go along, so you can find them all there. It isn't a specific step per se, which is hence the plus one. It's just a general idea of well-being. And the premise behind it is when we do things that help us feel good, we make better decisions. It's a really powerful thing. And if we're talking about the law of attraction, which is what 5 Steps Plus One is all about, bringing the law of attraction into our life and really utilizing it, when we feel good, our vibration goes up. And I talked about that yesterday. Now, let me just add before I hop into today's topic, if you want the little workbook that goes along with this series, and this one kind of stands alone, so you don't need to watch the live streams if you don't want to, but of course you're going to want to. You can go to Erdman-Luntz.com/dreamlife. I did put the link in this post, finally. I keep saying I'm going to, and then I keep forgetting. All right, so here is the thing to think about around another reason to put your attention on your feel-good practice, which really is self-care, okay? It's self-care and taking care of yourself, helping yourself feel good. And that is because we all have what I call a joy ceiling and a toleration floor, or pain floor. What that means is, let's talk about the pain floor first, because it's a little bit easier to wrap your head around. There's only so bad we're willing to feel before we stop and say, wait a minute, I'm doing something about this, okay? Now, this pain floor is going to be different in different areas of your life. You may tolerate a ton in your relationship with your spouse. Maybe it gets really bad, and so then you have to go into therapy and do work on it. Or maybe it's your job. You tolerate tons before you're willing to do something about it and go out and start work on your resume and talk to headhunters and find a new job. Or maybe it's your weight. You let yourself gain 40, 50, 60, 100 pounds before you said, all right, that's it. And that's your pain floor. And that's how low you're willing to go before you wake up and do something. Tony Robbins says you won't do something till the pain of not doing it exceeds the pain of doing it. Hence pain floor, right? So how low do you have to go before the pain of being here exceeds the pain of doing something about it? So you're going to do something, okay? So that's the bottom. The top is a little harder to wrap your head around, but I'm going to share it with you, and I want you to start thinking about it. We also have a joy ceiling, and that's as good as we're willing to let ourselves feel before we start to put a damper on it, okay? Now, this is often easy to see in other people's lives. She always picks the wrong guy. Or she gets in a great situation and then she sabotages it. Man, she had a great job, then she started complaining about it and it got bad. She lost all the weight, she looked great, and then she gained it all back. So easy to see in other people's lives. But y'all, we all have that too. We have our joy ceiling too, as good as we are willing to feel before we put a damper on it and we pull ourselves down. So what do we do there? Well, first of all, identify it. Notice it and realize, oh my gosh, I've done that. I want you to realize we all do it, okay? And it's like a thermostat. In your house, if your house gets too hot in the summer, the air conditioning kicks in. And when it gets really, really cold, it turns off. Right? Well, that's the same thing that we do in our life. We attract answers when we're down here, and we attract dampers when we're up here, so that we can stay within our range. If we start to go up too high, you start to say things like, oh, it won't last. I'm waiting for the other shoe to fall. I'm enjoying it while I can. All of those things. And it's because you are about to put a wrench in the spokes. Okay? So what can you do about it? Well, I always joke that My job as a life coach is to raise people's pain floor and raise their joy ceiling. It's not even a joke. That's exactly what I do. I don't want people to tolerate. It's like, no, you got to do something about this right away. You've got to figure out how to raise that pain floor. And you know how you do it? You start to visualize what you really want. And you start to feel what you really want. And you see it. And then you stop tolerating what you have, because the only way to get out of where you are is to do something. You have to take an action, okay? Now that action you have been hesitating on for whatever reason. Well, the more you think about what it is you really want and feel it and enjoy it and love it, the more likely you are going to take action on it. So, to raise your pain floor, start to feel what it is that you want, okay? And then you won't tolerate this anymore. Now, raising your joy ceiling, your just feel good practice, okay? Let yourself feel good. Let yourself play with feeling better and better and better, just a little bit every day. Push it up a little bit. It's a lot like doing push-ups. You know, one day maybe you can do 1, and then maybe 3 days later you can do 2, and then 4 days later you can do 3, and slowly let it go up and let this whole thing move up. All right? It's actually a pretty easy thing to do once you're aware of it. So become aware of it, okay? Think about the area in your life where your pain floor is pretty darn low. You tolerate way too much. And start thinking about what it is you really want, and do stuff in your life to help yourself feel good. And you're going to notice you are going to take the actions you need to take in order to move out of that place that you're tolerating in your life. All right, guys, I hope this helps inspire you. Take the next step to living your extraordinary life. Do be sure to check out the workbook at lauraerdmanluntz.com/dreamlife. And if you saw this someplace else besides on my fan page, go find my page at MuseLaura Erdman-Luntz. Let me continue to inspire you. And I have an epic summer planned with some really amazing stuff coming. So be sure you start planting the seed for yourself. Is this summer the summer where you really want to make a transition in your life? I've got, I haven't decided exactly, but probably about 10 spots available for individuals and then a group as well. So planting the seed now. Think about it, start thinking about it, and keep joining me daily. I am live streaming daily at a variety of times. Be sure you get notifications for when I go live, because I'm never quite sure when I'm going to do it. Have a great day, everyone. May you be inspired to live your extraordinary life.